What's going on? Look, y'all. You know what? I started to actually realize that even everybody that's in Israel, you have people even in Israel don't care about hearing this truth. You got some of them that know every bit of the prophecy. You see what I'm saying? Know everything from the roots all the way, and they know that our people fit the curses in the Bible. You know. Um, um, I do. Yeah, I really realize that a lot of our people, they just when you be like, I want to say it the honest truth about it. It's like I'm wondering why do I have those desires and, and feelings like it's like you want to like care about your people, but when you get around them, it's like it just feels like something just won't let you you don't feel like you is an effective witness. You see what I'm saying? You don't feel like you're an effective witness. And you be wondering is something wrong with you, which you already struggling with some stuff within you. You dealing with a lot of like let's say I'm dealing with a lot of pain. I am. You dealing with you struggling to you got this battle going on with yourself, but at the same time you don't even know how to it's like the love is what's that scripture? It says the joy of the has withered away from the sons of men. Maybe I better get it. That's what I do. I go in there and take time to get the script and read it. I want to show you what's come to my mind. It's like, and then it would include me too. Let me mute this mic for a minute because they got some people up in there gonna be talking, and I don't want that extra stuff is to be in the background. People come and say, "What the hell is that?" So I hate to mute it, but I'm gonna have to until I let me go in here and get my the Bible. I'm gonna show y'all the joy has withered away from the sons of men. I want to read that. Okay, yeah. Okay, I got it on there. Now let me turn that around that way. All right. I wanna it's just remind me of like you wants to it's like you want to do it, but it's something forcing you not like you feel like the joy has withered away from you. Like can y'all tell me what that is? Like let me show y'all let me give you an example. I'm gonna try to give you this example of what I'm talking about. What is it? It must be Joel I'm talking about. I think that's what it is. I'm gonna give y'all an example of what I'm talking about. think this is it right here, I believe. I don't know if this is it or not. Hey, what's going on? I don't know who it is yet. I won't know until they comment. Um, y'all notice how like you feel like when you know how you be before your people and it's like you wanna you wanna say something, but it's just like you have a spirit. You feel like the joy is withered away from you. And it's like you feel like you have no more that joy is the actually because you're dealing with your struggles and stuff like that, and you feel like, damn, dang, and there's really no hope here. Like, how can I give some? You thinking about it, like, how can I give somebody else life when I don't even have life in me? You know, that's what I'm thinking. You know, I might be in the right place. It's that scripture. It says, "Joy is with it." I used to read that scripture a lot when I was years ago when I was in the Christian church. He had laid many vines wasted and breaking my fig trees. He has made it clean, buried and cast it away, and the branches thereof are made white. Lament like a virgin, girded with sackcloth for the husband of her youth. Okay. Uh Awake, ye drunkards, and weep and howl, all ye drunkards. This would be okay. Of wine, because of the new wine, for it is cut off from your mouth. The new wine is cut off from your mouth. For a nation is come up upon my land, strong without number, whose teeth are the teeth of lions, and has the cheek teeth of a great lion. Okay, gird yourselves and lament, ye priests, how ye ministers of the altar, come lie all night in sackcloth. I believe that's going into prayer. Ye ministers of my God. For now notice it says, gather yourselves and lament, ye priests, how ye ministers of the altar, come lie all night in sackcloth, ye ministers of my God. For the meat offering and the drink offering is withheld from the house of your God. Sanctify ye a feast, call solemn assembly. Sanctify ye a feast, call a solemn assembly, to gather the elders and all of the habitation of the land unto the house of the Lord your God, and cry unto the Lord. Alas, for the day of the Lord is at hand, as a destruction from the Almighty shall come. Okay, I don't know if that's, I might have to just, mm, I don't know if that's, no, it can't be Hosea. Yeah, okay, let's see here. That which the plumber worm has left the locust even, and that which the locust has left the cankerworm is. That which the cankerworm hath left had the caterpillars eaten, all ye drunkards, and weep, and howl all ye drunkards of wine, because of the new wine, for it is cut off from you. Okay, the one I'm actually looking for, I think this may not be, this probably is it right here. The vine is dried up, and the fig tree languishes, and the pomegranate tree, the plum tree also, and the apple tree, even all of the trees of the field, with because the joy is withered away from the sons of men. I think that's it right there. The joy has withered away from the sons of men. Like you think about how you used to have it, how you was like Christianity is something like you just go through the motions. You know how you raised up in Christianity, you just raised to go through the motion. You know what I'm saying? And things of that nature. And so I just thought I'll just come and say that, you know. Yeah, let's look at Esau. Yeah, I brought up his name. Yeah, yeah, because you got Germany, France, Spain, all those kingdoms, the Greeks, they had the Israelites in slavery, you know, and you got their names here, Ishmael. Now, Genesis 25 is going into describing the families of Abraham, and you'll also learn that everybody, and I think Brother Melvin Wisdom did a video. No, not I think, I know he did. Let me stop saying it like that. He did a video about that. Not all Israel is of Israel, neither because they are the seed of Abraham, are they all children, you know, but in Isaac should I see become. In other words, just because, like they say, just because a person came out the seed of Abraham doesn't make him a child of God. And in the Bible, in Genesis 25, it proves that. You see what I'm saying? I put the link in the chat just in case anybody want to hop on. That's what I got, just in case. All right, let's read this here again. Genesis 25, verse 1. Then again, Abraham took a wife, and her name was Keturah. And she bare him Zimram, and Jokshan, and Medan, and Midian, and Ishbak, and Shahar. And Jokshan begot Shebad, and Dedan, and the sons of Dedan were Asherim, and Lachim, Latims, and Ladim, and the sons of Midian, Ephod, and Hanok, and Abiadad, and Ediah. All these were the children of Keturah that Abraham had. And Abraham gave up all that, and Abraham gave all that he had unto Isaac. But unto the sons of the concubines which Abraham had, Abraham gave gifts and sent them away from Isaac his son, while he yet lived eastward unto the east country. Okay, and Isaac, and because of his sons of the concubine which Abraham had, Abraham gave gifts and sent them away from Isaac his son, while he yet lived eastward unto the east country. And these are the days of the years of Abraham's life, which he lived 160 and 15 years. Then Abraham gave up the ghost and died in a good old age, an old man and full of years, and was gathered to his people, and his sons Isaac, Ishmael. Now Ishmael would be the so-called Arabs. Those people had the Israelites slavery at one time too. And in the cave of Machpelah, in the field of Ephraim, the son of Zoar, the Hittite, which is before Mamre. Then the field which Abraham purchased of the sons of Het, there were there was Abraham buried and Sarah his wife. Okay, I think one of them will skip and go down. Let's go to verse 13. And these are the names of the sons of Ishmael by their names according to their generation. The firstborn of Ishmael, Nebijah, Kedar, and Abiah, Adabiah, and Mizim, Mismasim, and Mishmad, and Damad, and Massa, and Hadar, and Taman, and Jetar, Naphash, and Kedemad. These are the sons of Ishmael, and these and their named by their towns and by their castles, 12 princes according to their nations. And these are the years of the life of Ishmael, 137 years. And he gave up the ghost and died and was gathered unto his people. Okay, let's skip. It says, and Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebekah to wife of the daughter of Bethuel the Syrian, Padan the Assyrian to Laban and the Assyrians. Okay, so this is when, let me try to break down something. So Abram, y'all know the story of Jacob, right? When not Isaac, but Esau was attempting to kill Jacob, right? Esau, he attempted to kill Jacob. Now, the reason why Esau was trying to kill Jacob because it was over the birthright, and his mother told him is to go to his father in Padan. Let's get that. Matter of fact, that's a couple of chapters up, and then we go and establish and come back. Let's look at this. And Isaac called Jacob and blessed him and charged him and said unto him, thou shalt not take a wife of the daughter of the Canaan. Okay, let's look at and it says, and Isaac, and these are the blessings of Abraham to thee and to thy seed with thee, that thou mayest inherit the land whither thou art a stranger, which God giveth unto Abraham. And Isaac sent away Jacob, and he went to Padan Aram, and Laban, son of Bethuel the Assyrian, the brother of Rebekah, That's the part I was trying to get to. And of Jacob and Esau's mother. See, the reason why Rebekah told Jacob is to flee and go to Laban, her brother, which was Jacob's uncle, and he had to flee. And when Esau saw that Isaac had blessed Jacob, and when Esau saw that Isaac had blessed Jacob and sent him away to Padan to take him a wife from thence, and that as he had blessed him, he gave him a charge, saying, thou shalt not take a wife of the daughters of Canaan. And Jacob obeyed his father and his mother, and was going to Padan. Let's see, Padan. And Esau, seeing that the daughter of Canaan pleased not Isaac his father, then went Esau unto Ishmael and took unto the wives of which he had met Halah, the daughter of Ishmael, Abraham's son, the sister of Nabijah, to his wife. Okay, and Jacob went out from Beersheba and went toward Haran. So the part I was going to read to where Jacob had to flee and go to his father Laban. You know what I'm saying? Because she told him to leave, so Jacob had to flee because she said, "Until your brother's wrath be turned away from you." And that's how Esau is today. You know what I'm saying? If you notice, like when you go in, like if you go in a store or something like that, they act like they actually are working on those aisles, but every aisle you go on, they seem to come and be watching you to see if you're gonna take something. I had that happen to me. You know, stuff like that. You know, so they creep up on you and stuff. You know, and that's how they be doing because they're animals and savages. Genesis 25 and verse 21. And Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife because she was barren, and the Lord was entreated of him, and Rebekah his wife conceived. And the children struggled together within her, and she said, "If it be so, why am I thus?" And she went to inquire of the Lord. And the Lord said unto her, Two nations are in thy womb, and two manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels, and the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. Now, when it says one people will be stronger than the other people, more than likely, no matter what we're going through, we live in the hood, we live in this neighborhood, and they wonder why they put us in these neighborhoods, and we still can hold up the way that we're holding up. You see what I'm saying? No matter what we're going through, no matter how tough it is, even though we don't even know how we're going to come out, but somehow or another, we still endure. You see what I'm saying? It's just two matter of people. You know how we do. Like me, I can say, like, my family be like, "What's wrong? Everything all right?" If something bothers me or something like that, I don't like to just say it. You know what I mean? Because I just don't. I just don't. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. I'm good. You know, especially a, a, a man of color. You know what I'm saying? A black man, so-called black man, a man of color, whatever you want to call it. You know, it says one people shall be stronger than other people. We used to, even though we don't want them, they be painful. We go through stress sometimes. We go through all this stuff. We still hold ourselves up better than any of the other nations and stuff like that. More than like, although you have a higher number with us hurting and doing things, you know, because some of us want to just give up for whatever reason. You know, things happen. I mean, we battle with temptations every day, but it's like we more like we used to it. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. Now we get weak. Now we get weak, but you know we get disappointed. We cry. We have some crying days. We have some painful days and stuff like that. And I said that to say this here. One, the point is we're, you know, it's like more like uh our bodies is built and made for that. You see what I'm saying? We're built and made for it genetically. You know, it ain't nothing that it's nothing that you can convert to. You see what I'm saying? It's nothing that you can convert to. Now let's go on. Let's read this one more time, verse 23. And the Lord said unto her, for she was asking why was she having these struggles within her. You know what I mean? See, we couldn't even get along in the womb. That's why we separated today. But even though that's why you have a lot of our people hate each other. You see what I'm saying? We hate each other because we have been trained by the other nations that we're not part of is to not value each other. We don't even speak to each other when we go in the store. We don't. And you hate to have to do it. It bothers you, but it happens. You know, you can't even say, "What's up? How you doing, sister? What's up, brother? How you doing, brother?" You can't even do that without them just they basically just gonna ignore you or they gonna act prejudiced towards you, you know? And it's sad. And the Lord said unto her, Two nations are in thy womb, and two matter people shall be separated from thy bowels. God ain't gonna bring everybody together because he said clearly here he's gonna separate. And the one people shall be stronger than the other people. Come on now, tell me what people that is. That's the so-called black and the brown people. He says one people shall be stronger than the other people. If one people, he said, gonna be stronger than the other people, how is that equal? How is you the same? He putting a distinction between you and them. When he tell you one can endure the sun and the other one can't endure the sun. Now what is that? One can endure the sun and the other one can't. It says, and the and thy it said, and the Lord said unto her, two nations are in thy womb, and two manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels, and the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. And strong in everything. Cooking, faster and running, faster of enduring, even though you may be frightening as hell, something may scare the shit out of you, but you don't let it, you get scared as hell. You can, sometimes you probably can, but you still stand. You still see a bright light, even though it's a dark. You see nothing but darkness. You're in the midst of darkness, still struggling, but you still saying it's a light gonna come somewhere. That's what you call the different. That's what separates the Israelite nation. That's what separates our people from the other nation. That's what separates us. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in a womb. And the first came out red all over like an hairy garment. You see what I'm saying? The first one came out red all over like a hairy garment. And they call his name Esau. And after that came his brother out. See, red, all of that is a symbol of the mark of Cain. And the reason why the so-called white man, they show up, mainly them, they show up red and stuff like that, is because that is a mark and identifying sign of, I like how the brother on YouTube, Melvin Wisdom, broke it down, how they skin, he described like how I like that breakdown, you know what I'm saying? How they skin with the transforming and with the changing. You see what I'm saying? That is a definition, a sign of the mark of Cain. You see what I'm saying? Because Cain is Esau. You see what I'm saying? And and the reason why it was like that, to show up red like that, God wanted a lot of it to happen. Of one nation to be showed up red and the other nation to be showed up uh, brown and black or whatever you want to call it. Because God wants people to be, those are identifying marks to let people know who the Israelites are, and the identifying mark is to know who Esau is. That's that mark, red. When it's short red, or like when your skin, when a person get in the sun or whatever, and their skin just it turn red and it just burn like they can't stand in the sun long or something like that. That is a indication that's what separates them from us. You know what I'm saying? That's what separates them from us. You know, it says, and after this came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 34 years old when she bare them. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter. Like that went back into what I just said. How when you go in the store, they act like they work in the managers, but at the same time, every hour you go and you look up, they standing over you like they actually working, but they really following you around in the store. Cunning hunter, a man of the field. I mean, they're trying to look. They just it's just naturally in their DNA is to do that, follow you around. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man, dwelled in tents. Jacob being a plain man, he just stood at home and chilled. You know what I'm saying? Like most of us, we want to just sit at home and chill. We don't go as long as we got our food, our water, everything we need, TV. Y'all know how it was back in the day. You had your TV and stuff, just like me when I had my TV back in the day, and I had my movies because I like when I was young and like a teenager, like early teen, like 16, 17. That's all I did was watch movies and TV and stuff. As long as I had my snacks, had all my, I didn't want to go. I just didn't want to go nowhere. You see what I'm saying? Other than when I wasn't working. You see what I'm saying? But I sit at home and watch movies and stuff like that. Let's look at this here a little different too. Genesis 27 and 11. Look what Jacob says. And behold, and Jacob said to Rebekah, his mother, behold, Esau, my brother, is a hairy man, and I am a smooth man. That's right. So peradventure, my father peradventure will feel me, and I shall seem to him as a deceiver. This is when Esau went to the field to get pottage and things of that nature. And when he went to go get pottage and all that stuff, his mother dressed up a sheepskin to put it on Jacob to make it seem like that was to deceive Isaac, his father, to believe that he was actually feeling Esau. But his father still noticed a difference. He just couldn't put his hand. He said the voice says that's Jacob's voice, but the hands are the hands of Esau. He said, art thou my very son Esau? And Jacob said, I am. And he blessed him. So that was the the thing, the lie that he told his father. But he eventually found out that Jacob deceived him. Yeah. So he said, and Jacob said to Rebekah, his mother, behold, Esau, my brother, is a hairy man, and I am a smooth man. See what I'm saying? Jacob is hairy all over. Esau is red. I mean, Jacob is smooth, and Esau is hairy. You see what I'm saying? So that describes the differences between Jacob and Esau. Yeah. That describes the difference between Jacob and Esau. And like I said, now you may ask the question, how is it that the most dominant people and versus the weakest nation, the people who is not as strong, one people will be stronger than the other people, can allow a nation who is stronger, to be dominated by the weakest nation because God allowed it because our people went off and started worshiping idols and stuff. And when our people went off and started worshiping idols and stuff, this is what happened. This is when I'm just going to give you an example of how our people went off. And we no longer carry the characteristics no more. You know what I'm saying? When we started mixing with the other nations, let's read Hosea 7 and 1. What, what, when I would have healed Israel, then the iniquity of Ephraim was discovered. Ephraim would be the so-called Puerto Ricans today. And the wickedness of Samaritan, well, they commit falsehood, and the thief cometh in, and the troops of robbers spoil without, and they consider not their hearts. They consider not their hearts, that I remember all their wickedness. Now their own desires have beset them about. They are before my face. They make the king glad with their wickedness, and the princes with their lies. They make the king glad with their wickedness, and the princes with their lies. That's going into talking about when you actually dig into the Bible and you actually do your research. Esau is actually going to come behind. It makes them scared. Scares them. When you wake up and you realize they realize you're getting your strength back. You know what I'm saying? It scares them, and they are all adulterers as an oven heated by the baker who ceased from rising after he had kneeled the drunk until it be leave. Let's look at verse. I'm gonna skip. Let's go to verse 8. Hosea 8. I mean 6. Hosea chapter 7 and verse 8. Ephraim has mixed himself amongst the people. Ephraim is a cake not turned. Strangers have devoured his strength, and he knows it not. Yea, gray hairs are here and there upon him, yet he knows it not. And the pride of Israel testified to his face, and they do not return to the Lord their God, nor seek him for all this. So that's what's going on. It says Ephraim has mixed himself amongst the people. Ephraim is the cake not turned. Strangers have devoured his strength, and he knows it not. It says Ephraim has mixed himself amongst the people. Now, what I just read in Genesis chapter 27:11, it says, and Jacob said to to Rebekah, his mother, behold, Esau, my brother, is a hairy man, and I am a smooth man. Now, if you go over here, now Ephraim is the head tribe of the northern kingdom, and Judah, Benjamin, and Levi will be the southern kingdom of Israel. It says, Ephraim has mixed himself amongst the people. Ephraim is a cake not turned. If you take and you cook a pancake on one side, and you leave it too long, it's gonna be black. You and you flip it over, the other side is white. One side is cooked black, and the other side is gonna be cooked, gonna be white. So when you start mixing with the other nations, you're gonna have some people, our people that's gonna be light skinned. You're gonna have some of our people brown skinned. You're gonna have some of them you're gonna have different mixture of colors and stuff like that, you know, and you're gonna start seeing a lot of the futures of Esau. And when you look at the Northern Kingdom, you'll be saying things like, damn, because we do mistakes. Sometimes we do mistake so-called white people. I mean, excuse me, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and all of those were so-called white people are Cubans, but their father goes back to an indigenous man, or they be a so-called black man or whatever. Like you have some Puerto Ricans, some of them look white. Now, all the people over in the island of Puerto Rico is not really the people of that land. So a lot of them call themselves Puerto Rico, just like you have a lot of people in Spain calling themselves uh, after over there in Spain, after Spain or whatever, or Germany or France. You know what I'm saying? You have people calling themselves after them landmass. That's why you have to try people by the Spirit. You see what I'm saying? But it says, Ephraim has mixed himself amongst the people. Ephraim is a cake not turned. That means sometimes when you have a light skinned child, have a child by by a black woman, that child excuse me, if he had that light skinned child have a child by that dark woman or that woman of color, more than likely that child will come out the father's color light or even lighter, or he may look like a so-called white man, or she may look like a so-called white woman. But the child's father is a so-called Puerto Rican, or a so-called Jamaican, or whatever, a so-called black man, or whatever. You like, damn, that child look like Esau. stuff like that. So I'm not gonna keep it out too long. Hopefully, y'all can get something out of this. Will be some edification for somebody. And I'm gonna see y'all later, and I'm gonna head out.